question all the time, whether I'm talking to people in conversations or I'm doing onboarding. Say, hey, can you take a look at our HubSpot instance and tell me if I'm using it well? And even this week, I got a question from a partner and said, hey, can you tell me the 3 top indicators that HubSpot's not being used correctly? And I quickly jotted out 3. Today, I'm going to give you those 3. So if you bear with me, I come in and I can kind of sniff if there's places to optimize or not. So number 1, I'm going to pick a random HubSpot instance. And so I'm coming in. The first thing I'm looking at always, and this shows you how organized and how thoughtful workflows are naming conventions and whether or not they're being used. If they are not being used, it is very likely there are lots of places to optimize, because it gets really confusing when you start to have all these workflows. So let's look. Reporting. There's not a specific way all these reports are done. I can then even go to workflows, and I love to look in here. Are folders being used? Not really. And then when you go into folders, how are they named? So if there's not a holistic naming convention that's being used over and over again. There's a red flag that, hey, it is time to optimize. There are places that if we do a full session, we can begin to understand. Number 2, if I go into workflows, are goals being used? So goals is one layer deeper to say, hey, if I have, let's say I'm trying to, in this email, I was trying to hit a meeting, that I will then be able to find that meeting. So let's give an example of this. I'm going to go through and say, let's find one that we know is NPS. So how many of these emails have gone out? How many have occurred? So I'm going in here. I just see there's no goal conversion, and I know that this is going to be linked to either there is an NPS, and we say how many of these emails have actually converted into a given NPS score in a form conversion. So just looking at this, I'm saying, hey, there's lots of room and lots of data we're just not capturing that we can begin optimizing long term. It's easy to set this stuff up sometimes. It's hard to optimize it and run it. And number 3, if I'm really looking at this, I go to just deals, and I go to sales, and then I go to deals, and I do a quick. First, number 1, if I'm going to deals, how many pipelines are there? If there's a lot of pipelines, and then inside those pipelines, are there inactive deals? So look, there's lots of inactive deals here. So I'd begin to say, hey, there's lots of room for improvement. There's lots of optimization, and just taking a quick cursory view, I know that if I go down and we start doing a revenue map and understanding optimizations, that there's going to be large benefit and lots of friction tax in marketing and sales and service that you can be able to enable in your HubSpot instance. So that's it. Quick tips on how to know if you need some help in HubSpot. Adios, guys. Get big.